Hey everyone, Steve here from My Crypto World. Today we're going to have a quick look at the market and see where the cycles are leading towards. We're also going to cover some news topics. Zilliqa is one of them, ADA is another one, and so is XRP. All that right after this. Okay, so let's have a look at the market total. Again, this is the total market cap, not any one coin in particular. And probably something we've all been waiting to see for a long time is the market to start rising above its recent lows. So as you can see here, we're coming up to the end of the 31-day cycle and the market has gone from strength to strength. When we spoke last time, it was hovering around this resistance line here of 1.75 trillion, and I mentioned really for it to gain momentum and to take off, we need to see it not just close above the $1.866 trillion mark, the purple mark on your screen in front of you, but really move past it in a big way. And over the last week, we've actually seen that happen. We're now sitting just above, $2 trillion. So it's almost kind of like the market's got its mojo back. But before you go thinking that it's all back again, you do have to err on the side of caution. So you have to remember the psychology of the market, and that during this upward phase, there's going to be a lot of people that have been in the market for a long time who have been waiting for this market to return, and that may be perhaps scared off from the recent lows, and they may be looking to pull out and gain any profits back they can, or even just to break even. So I suspect that you may see the market pull back a little bit over the next coming weeks and months. As you know, as the markets have risen, as it has in the past, it always comes down a little bit before it takes back off again. I would suspect that that's going to happen here as well. Now, it doesn't mean that that's doom and gloom. That's just the natural way the market rolls out. Now, another thing we've got to be careful of and mindful of is ultimately we all want to see it break above the $3 trillion mark again and go well beyond that. But before it does that, it does have several different resistance lines and ceilings to break through. So the most recent one, as I said to you earlier, was the $1.866 trillion mark. It did have one here as well. Now the high there was 1.95. It broke through that, and it broke through this recent one here of 2.06. At the moment, it's traded up to as high as 2.108. So it's well and truly broken past this high. But every time there's a peak in the market, before it drops or as it's rising, that becomes the new support or new resistance, for the stock moving forward. So we need to remember that it might find resistance here at this level here at 2.487 trillion. It might find resistance at this peak here at 2.712 trillion, and it's certainly going to have a bit of resistance at the all-time high of just over $3 trillion mark. So as the market unfolds and unwinds and certainly gets a bit more strength back into it, just be mindful that it may slip back again in the short to medium term, while the sellers and the buyers counterbalance each other. Sellers getting out of the market after hanging on to things for so long, and buyers hoping that they can now pick up a bargain as the market starts to move into more bullish territory. But it is positive news, and it's good to see that things are starting to move in the right direction. Now, a couple of news stories we need to cover off before we close this up. Let's have a look here. We'll go to the big one first of all, which is Zilliqa. And I say it's big because Zilliqa has had a massive uprise over the last 7 days. And this came about after this article was written. So it says Zilliqa-powered metaverse Metapolis announces key brand partnership with creative global talent award marketplace Agora. So Metapolis is the first metaverse as a service, so MAAS, platform built on Unreal Engine, Unity, and NVIDIA Omniverse. Metapolis is set to launch publicly with a VIP event on the 2nd of April, so that's really a couple of days away now, in Miami, Florida. The physical event taking place is a signal towards entering the US market and the vision of bridging the gap between the physical and digital worlds. Metapolis has already garnered interest in this hyper-realistic graphics and ability to encourage through gamification and e-commerce and NFTs. Now, major focus brands and esports brands are joining the equation. Indeed, between now and its April launch, Metapolis has already amassed $2 million in pre-launch revenues from its client pipeline. So it's already generating money and it hasn't even launched yet. Essentially, Agora is a global talent awards app where individuals can upload their creations and participate in contests to win support, visibility, and recognition in the international community. Users, amateur and professional photographers submit photographs based on the hashtag for the week on the app, and the app is also open to video, music, and now NFTs. Agora's partnership with Zilliqa is its leading blockchain, and Metapolis as its metaverse aligns with the vision shared by all. Now, down the bottom of this article, it just states that Sandra, head of Metaverse and NFTs at Zilliqa, commented, "We're excited for this partnership as we're able to bring not only creativity to life within the Metaverse, but also open to borderless access for creatives worldwide to connect in the digital world. The partnership between Agora, Zilliqa, and Metapolis means that we are at the forefront of Web3 innovation." So for those of you that don't know, let's just go quickly to the chart and have a look at Zilliqa and what it's done over the last couple of days. So you can see absolutely massive, huge spike, really from around about 5 cents all the way up to just under 13 cents. It's dropped back a little bit, as you would expect. It's got to, just like the total market cap has the resistance lines and resistance levels all the way along, so does every crypto in the market. And you can see here, if we just draw a horizontal line here, let me get that horizontal line. You can see here that it's approaching the most recent, or not the most significant, the second most significant peak, which will be a resistance line for it, prior to this one here. So expect some sideways movement as the crypto starts heading towards this area. It might go down for a little bit, it might go sideways, or you never know, it could just burst all the way through it. So I obviously prefer the latter, but we'll see where things lead with Zilliqa. Now, the other news article I wanted to cover off was Ripple. Now, I think the last two videos I've done, I've covered Ripple off, and we've spoken about the amount of money going into Ripple at the moment. A new article came out on Saturday. Ripple helps shovel 156.3 million XRP as the coin rises 6%. Whale Alert crypto tracking bot has detected that in the past 18 hours, when this article was written, Ripple DLT Heavyweight, several anonymous wallets, and a large cryptocurrency exchanges have together moved more than 156.3 million XRP. Meanwhile, earlier today, the sixth largest crypto Ripple-affiliated XRP has shown a rise by nearly 6%, staging a large green hourly candle. In particular, Ripple Giant has sent 20 million XRP to the Coin's PH exchange, headquartered in the Philippines and operating as one of Ripple's on-demand liquidity corridors. So let's have a look at the Ripple to see where that's going. Now remember, the last time I spoke about Ripple, we'd had a massive pennant pattern that we hadn't broken out of yet. And at the time, we were talking about the fact that it could either go below it, break below it, and continue the downtrend, or it may, in fact, break above it. And it actually broke above it. So that's really good news for Ripple holders. I've spoken about this in the past, but essentially the longer the sideways movement or the larger the pennant pattern, the higher probability that the market will really boom out of the pennant pattern in the direction it breaks. So it's broken on the upside, so I suspect that Ripple will continue this trend movement for quite a while now. And hopefully we will see it go well above $1 and beyond, back up to its all-time high of just under $2, which was back in April 2021. So we're coming up to nearly 12 months. So that's good news for Ripple holders if you happen to own that. Let's have a look here. Last one is, second last one, sorry, is Hoskins, the founder of Cardano, has promised Solana-like performance for Cardano. So Cardano really has been criticized over the last 6 months for its lacking in performance, and you've got coins coming out and networks and blockchains like Solana that are outshining Cardano and a few other ones as well. So Hoskins goes on to say that this year, all these updates that are coming are massively improving the scalability and the expressiveness of the system so that you get the same type of performance you're seeing from systems like Solana and so forth, or at least in the same orders of magnitude. One of the priorities for Cardano in 2020 is sustainability, where the network will get more efficient, scalable, and grow at an organic speed as it operates. Hoskin boasts about Cardano's self-determination, referring to a comprehensive governance layer, an inherent treasury system. Cardano can print money like any government, he said, to fund its development. So for owners of Cardano or ADA, that's pretty good news. The June hard fork to increase. Hoskins was excited about the June and October hard forks, where many features will be rolled out, including Plutus, a smart contract platform, improvements, sidechain, and pipelining. The June hard fork, dubbed Vassal hard fork, will provide some decentralized application developers looking to incorporate pipelining in their applications. Hoskins believes that the total value locked on Cardano applications will increase following the June hard fork. So again, it's really, really good news. We'll just go to the ADA chart now and have a look at that. So this article was written, this came out, let's have a look here, on the 20th of March, so just over 7 days ago. I've been away, sorry guys, so that's why I haven't been online. And that's probably around about 7 days ago that this the market started moving up strongly for Cardano. So again, if you're holding the crypto, it's really good news, especially if you're a long-term holder like I am. I've held this now for, it must be 2.5 years. I've seen it go up and I've seen it come back down, and I've dollar cost averaged all the way down. So for it to turn around now and start making some gains, it's really pleasing to see. But with that extra news in the pipeline for the June hard forks, who knows where it can go. If you don't own it, you may want to do your own research and consider buying some or investing in some. Again, it's not financial advice, it's just my own financial opinion, and it's exactly what I'm doing at the moment. The last news article I want to cover off is some article really related to home, so down under in Australia. So Australia to make major move towards regulating crypto. Australia, now there's a mistake in this article. Australia is preparing, this came out, let's have a look here, on the 20th of March. Australia is preparing to regulate the cryptocurrency sector as part of the government's major effort to modernise the country's financial system, the Herald Sun reports, which is a pretty popular paper out here. On the 21st of January, now this is where it is a mistake. It says on the 21st of January, the government will introduce a set of documents that will outline how Australia's crypto industry will be regulated. The problem is the 21st of January is well and truly past. It's 2 months ago. I think that was supposed to say the 21st of June. I would suspect that would be rolled out prior to our end of the financial year. So in Australia, the end of the financial year for us isn't in December, like it is in many other places of the world. We actually have our end of financial year on the 30th of June. So 7 days before the end of the financial year, it looks like they're going to roll that. If this article is incorrect and instead of January, it is in fact June. The Department of Treasury plans to require local cryptocurrency exchanges to store their customers' funds within the country. The new reforms will also address cryptocurrency taxation and investor protection, which is incredibly important. Financial Services Minister Jane Hume says the government wants to make sure that the Australian cryptocurrency sector operates within a safer and more secure regulatory framework. Now, I've spoken about this in the past too. Everyone wants cryptocurrency to be deregulated, and there's a good strong argument for doing that and having that in place. However, the bigger the cryptocurrency market gets, the more scams that are going to happen. And we do need some layer of protection, in my personal opinion, in this market space. It doesn't mean it's going to crush the market. It doesn't mean it's going to get, you're not going to be able to get great returns out of the market. It's just simply saying that the government need to do some due diligence to make sure that everything's above board so that we don't get ripped off and scammed. And to be honest with you, the better the regulation that comes out, and it doesn't have to be tight regulation where we're all pinned down and we can't move and we can't invest. It's not like that. But the more safer the protocols the government set in place for cryptocurrency investors, the more you're going to get larger and larger institutions investing into this space in this country. So it's actually quite a good thing. And the more investors that come into it, obviously, hopefully, the price moves in a positive direction. The crypto plan that has been put forward by Bragg could make Australia's crypto sector experience a 30-fold increase. According to an analysis conducted by EY, that's Ernst & Young, the industry could swell to $68.4 billion by 2030, securing more than 200,000 jobs. So that's a real, I think that's a positive news story for us and down in Australia anyway. So if you're an Australian investor and you're worried about the crypto market, or concerned about where its future lies, a little bit of regulation is going to make a lot more banks, hedge funds, investment funds, superannuation funds invest into this space. They're not going to invest a lot out of their entire portfolio, let's face it, probably anywhere between 1 and 10% depending on the risk portfolio of the individual clients, but I would suspect anywhere between 4 and 5% might become the norm in the future. So that's all we've got for today. So again, let's just watch the market and see how this rolls out over the next couple of weeks and months. Hopefully we're getting a lot more green candles in place. I'm sure there'll be a couple of red days here and there, but ultimately it looks like the market is breaking its downward trend and starting to move upwards quite nicely. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and each other. Cheers.